All right, what's up, everybody? I've been asked by a few people to do this build. No, 1 second.
Please give us proof that you're here. Please give us proof that your sphere is here.
I like to use a nice box to build on, so I have a lot of gripping area. So I'm gonna take the old build out of the two-face. I build on the two-face because that's what I do. If you have 4-post, it's a little bit different. Sorry about that. I like 3-post RDAs. That's why I made it like this. Oop, wrong one. It's already got a kissing quad in it. I can show you the final result to begin with. Let me get this cotton out. I gotta re-wick this one later. If you don't know what Ghost Adventures is, it's on the TV right now. So your end result is going to look like this. Alright, that's what it looks like. Okay, looks like one big ass coil, but if you look at it from the side, you can see all the different connections. So, grab my other Addy. As I drop it. Where'd he go? Rolling away. Use my pajama pants. Make sure it's tight. Alright, let's take this apart. We got a 19 gauge spaced in here right now. It's ridiculous. But it's tasty. So there goes those. Alright. My boy's in here too. He's watching TV. Go on. He's in the bedroom. So what you want to do, obviously, 0-post. The things you're going to need. I use 2 screwdrivers. I have this one and this one. They're roughly the same exact size. What this does is keeps your coils together. Your desired wire. Clippers. Flathead. And I use these for the 19 or 21 gauge because they're still a little tough. But I also have normal ergo tweezers. So those are what you're gonna need. You're gonna cut a good bit of wire, so be ready for that. If you don't have enough, I suggest getting more. Joys of a 4-year-old. So I'm gonna cut this. I don't know the exact amount. I just go 2 sets, so starts from here. I unwind it 2 times. So there's 1. There's 2. So it's a good bit of wire. It's like maybe 2.5, 3 feet. Snip it. Put my wire back in the bag. Now the best thing that you can do to help you out, depending on your wire, is straighten this bad boy out. Okay, as straight as you can get it. Okay, just like that. You might cut some more. I don't know. An exact science that I just built it because it's my favorite. So I'm using a lot. You can cut it down to what you think. What you want to do is 5 to 6 wraps each side. So you're going to do 2 types of coils. You're going to do one this direction and one this direction. I'm going to show you how to do that. So start here. I leave a little bit out because I can push it in like this with my thumb, so I have a good grip. And just go to town. That's 1. Always straighten your wire back out. 2. Alright, so this is the point where you go to the opposite direction. Now, a lot of people have different ways to do it. I do it one way because it's the only way I know. And that way is I just wrap under a screwdriver. So I started out here, right? I'm gonna wrap this way. It's not as always as clean, but it works. So there is wrap number 2. Let me straighten this out. So what happens when you wrap this way? You have this one lead that's a little bit taut or a little bit loose. So you come back in with your pliers. This is why I always like to leave a little extra. And you just make it nice and tight. Bring it together and then push it. At least with Royal and a lot of these other gauges, they have soft wire, so it's easy to do something like this. If you're using N80 or Kanthal, it's going to be a lot harder to do. Cut that. All right. So you want to leave one long, one short. I'll show you why in a minute. 1, 2, 3. See, I cut a little bit too much. It's fine. I can make a nice 6 wrap out of that. Make sure to straighten that one wire out. Alright, go ahead and cut this, make sure it's all good to go. Yep, alright. Whoops, don't want to step on that. Alright, so this is how much is left. So there, like I said, not an exact science. So the way you want to set these up, okay? The way you want to set these up, you want to make sure you have them going in the same direction first. Which ones are which? Okay. So straighten out your wires, so you want them straight like this. Hold on. Keep thinking it's over here and it's over there, all right? So you take one wire, you want to take it with a short lead, right? That's gonna be your positive, all right? Short lead's your positive, slide it on. And then the opposite direction. So what you're gonna have, and clean it up a little. What you're gonna have is it look like this. All right, you don't want them to cross over. You can, it's not a big deal. It just looks cleaner. So this is how you're going to install it. Now I have to flip my screwdriver around because I'm right-handed. So you install it into your RDA. Let's see if I can get this to, there you go. All right, so you wanna be negatives first, and then your positive. Now if the leads are a little long, they're gonna push your coils out. I do this backwards so you can see it. You can cut them. So my positives are a little long because they're hitting the deck. And some decks it doesn't happen because they're huge. There's a standard 22 millimeter. So just go ahead and push that in. Tighten it down a little. I do the negatives first, keeps them in place. Alright, this one's sticking out a little far, but I can make it work. You want to bring it up a little off the deck. Okay, now here's the key. Before you heat, before you take your screwdriver out, just start pushing them over. And this is the main reason for the flathead. Then what I've had happen a lot of times is these screws will come loose. So it's just a lot of tension on these wires right now. And then I'll take my handy dandy notebook pliers. Squeeze them from the edges and then squeeze them from the back. Alright. Alright, so before heating and pinching, this is about what it'll look like. Okay. Now the reason I say have 2 screwdrivers is you'll take your main one out with a grip. Or if you're just using screwdrivers, I just have this little one, and you just thread it through. So what that does is it keeps the shape. Okay, go ahead and cut your leads. And I don't know where that went. I'll have to vacuum later. Okay, not a big deal. All right, so go ahead. Unhook. Pull your build out. It'll look like this. Okay. Time to put your other one in. Same exact thing. Except I lost my coil. There it is. Same exact thing. Negatives. A positive is a little low. And yes, the first time you do this, it's going to take a little bit of extra time. You're not going to be used to building like this. Or you might be. I mean, it might be easy for you. It took me a couple weeks to perfect this build. Like, crap like this will happen where the frickin' lead is bent. And I got to fix it, so. Or it's not going to go in straight. There we go. Should work. Cool. Alright, so same thing. The easiest way to push them in is to hold the edges and push from the center at the same time. I know it's weird sounding, but it really works. I'm going to let these screws out a little bit more. Bam. Tighten it down. And yes, if this wasn't on camera, I can do it in 7.5 minutes. Oh, I keep cutting my finger. So go ahead and do your pushings. Push it over. So one of these is a little loose. Center post. And sometimes I don't even have to use the pliers to do it. You can come from the bottom right here. Just be careful, I've had this slide off and hit me in the thumb. There's my other. So I'll go ahead and clip these. Hey, chill out. All right, so here's the hard part. Everybody gets messed up on. See, that one looks really good already. Leave your screwdriver in. All right. Make sure it's right. Okay, that's good. All right, so you're gonna hold it with your finger so it doesn't move in and out. Undo your leads. All right. Make sure that you have the room in your deck to do this. This is the difficult part. You're gonna take your other screwdriver or bit. See, it's a pain in the ass sometimes because this is what happens. Those are vertical and not horizontal, so I gotta straighten them out. There we go. That should do.
Just another way we set the standard for rich, luscious flavor. So our story of fresh taste always ends.
Sometimes it's easier to switch if you have a little one like this to switch this to the other side. Sorry guys, had to cut out that part where it was taking forever. Sometimes it's a pain in the butt. Later. Alright. Yep, we got it. Alright, cool. Sorry about that. Sometimes it just doesn't want to work. You gotta fight with it. So go ahead and tighten them down. Go ahead and recenter. Sometimes you don't have to, sometimes you do. This side's good. This side needs some love. But, so, that's how it should look so far. If they're a little off, it's okay. Get some batteries. All right. Heat and pinch. So you want to pinch right here on both sides. I love my pliers because I can do it like that. Heat and pinch again. Keep going until it's nice and straight and you get to where they're just heating evenly slightly. Like that. Alright, and then you want to take your flathead and do a scrape while it's still hot, and it spaces it out. And that's how it heats.
It does not have any characteristics of a flying
Bam!
or any other
And you just wick it. But that is the kissing quad tutorial. Took forever because it took me a while to get my shit in there. But in the end result, that one needs a little love. In the end result, it will look like one big freaking coil. Just like that.